Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be doing the last installment of the Comfy and Cozy collab hosted by Poetspice. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay guys, so in this installment of the Comfy and Cozy collab hosted by Poetspice, I'll be showing you some of my other creative journals, and we're going to finish with my long-term reference journal because that actually does tie in with the giveaway that I mentioned in last week's video. Now this is a collab that Poet started. It ran all of the month of October, and there's a bunch of channels that are included in this collab. They are all linked below. I highly recommend that you check them out. I have found some great crafters that I was not even aware of before this collab. So I'm thankful to Poet for hosting this, but I'm also thankful having learned about some amazing crafters in the YouTube community. So let me straighten this out and I'll be right back. The first journal I wanted to show you is my Botanical Journal. Now, like my coloring books, my journals basically just wait on me, and they are opportunities to be creative. So that there isn't much done in any of these doesn't bother me. It's just like my coloring books, that there isn't much done in any of those. That just means it's just opportunity for creativity to happen. This is my Botanical Journal. This is another of the Exceed journals that I did pick up from Walmart. I believe it is a B5 size, and this one I didn't do an intro, and I should, but this one I'm practicing drawing some botanicals. I'm writing the definition and the genus, and then I'm also practicing some lettering, and I've done a few pages in here. Some I'll color, some I won't. It doesn't really matter to me. It's really just finding some pictures online, looking for the genus, looking for the origin and the definition, and then finding a quote either about the particular flower or just something about flowers in general. And I just like the ability to be able to draw, to color in if I feel like it, and also to practice my lettering. And so this is my Botanical Journal, and this is from Exceed from Walmart. This is my Storybook Journal. I'm sorry for the glare because it is covered in a Midori A5 cover. I did purchase a mystery box from Archer and Olive last year, and so although this is not a style I would have chosen, underneath here is actually a snake. That was on the cover, but it was a mystery box, so I didn't have a choice. But I did find a way to use it. It is a craft paper notebook. I don't mind craft paper, and what I've turned it into is a storybook. And again, I covered that up as well, just with some Happy Planner stickers. And the storybook is about Marzipan the mole, and because it is craft paper, it is a mid-tone paper, so I can add whites and you'll be able to see it as highlights. I can add darks, and then the mid-tone actually just gives it a nice range. And so I thought, well, it'd be fun to do some drawing. Again, I like to doodle, and so I came up with Miss Marzipan, and it's going to be just a very simple story. I've already sort of outlined how I want the story to go. I do some doodling, and this is supposed to be like a peek into her world. And that's Miss Marzipan right there. And I've done a few pages, and on one side there's going to be the actual story. On the other side there's going to be the little peek that corresponds to what's going on. I started this one. I need to color this in. I need to write in the story. And then I've sort of mapped out how it goes for this first chapter. And then back here, I do have it mapped out on what I want all of those pages to say, just so that it flows. And then the stencils that I'm using for some of it, I've also kept back here as well. And I really like Archer and Olive paper. Again, I don't know that I would have purchased a full-on craft paper journal, but I like the aspect of being able to add some very minimal palette by way of colors, and yet you still get a lot of the vibrancy of the whites, and you still get all of the dark tones with very minimal effort. And it's one of those, just like my other creative journals, that I do want to come back into, but it is a lot more time consuming because I do need to draw everything and then color everything and then do, it's really my handwriting just slowed down. So This is my Storybook Journal, and this is an A5 Arch and Olive craft notebook. This is another A5. You might notice a theme. That is my preferred size. This is a Minimalist Art Journal that I picked up from Amazon. Next to the Exceed journals, these are probably the most economical, at least it was when I purchased it. I think this was like $9.99. The GSM on the paper is slightly lower than some of the others. This is 120, but I have not found any problem with that. This is definitely a riff off of Tori of Creative Mind Coffee Grinds journal. This is a junk drawer journal, and basically it is exactly that. I put a whole bunch of different things in here by way of ideas, by way of my tester pages before I put it into other journals. I track things here. This here gives me an idea or a way to play with some art, because then I can take this and put it in my Primrosia book, TV and movie journal. And so it just gives me a way to play out with some concepts that I think I might want to do, so that I can then put it again in that other journal. And it runs the gamut, and all of this blank space I eventually will fill in. That's just where my notes go. But there is no rhyme or reason. It is not meant to be pretty. It is certainly not Instagram worthy, although if I were posting that much on Instagram, I totally would post this, because I don't think Instagram should just be for your perfection or your perfect things. I think having something that looks like this is perfectly fine, but it's just a landing spot for me to come to write things down. This is when I realized in May that I watched a lot more movies and television shows than I originally thought I would, and it just got really hard to keep track of. Here were some testers, some alcohol markers. And I basically just keep this for all the things I may either want to warehouse by way of concepts, or I need to test out in here first just to get a layout idea, and then move it to a journal that it'll actually be warehoused in. And this is my A5 Minimalist Art Journal, and then I did pick this up from Amazon. This is an A5 faux leatherette, a journal from Buke. This is 160 GSM. This is also, I don't want to say affordable, because I think this runs between $15 and $20, but it's certainly cheaper than an Archer and Olive, and I think the paper quality is quite good. This is a dot grid. They're all actually dot grid. Dot grid is my preferred style. Even at work, if I'm using any kind of notebooks, it is going to be Happy Planner notebooks in the dot grid paper way, because that's just my preferred paper these days. Now, I love doing bullet journal ideas, but I don't need a bullet journal, so I thought I'd create an entire journal just for ideas. And in this way, I can play with different concepts that I want to. And it may seem funny that I'm doing all of this work for no actual use, but I find it relaxing and I find it challenging at the same time to just kind of look outside the box and see what it is that I can do with my skill level, with my patience level, and with my creativity level. And I just love being able to just have the freedom of creating something that doesn't necessarily need to be useful, purposeful, or functional, and yet has all of those elements were I someone who needed those things. And in the beginning of the year, before I really got into the coloring book craze, I was doing a lot more of these creative things to sort of tap into that, because I find this both challenging yet relaxing. But once I was really immersed with coloring books, because honestly, they're just a lot easier to be creative because all of the art is already there, then I haven't done this as much as I used to. But like all of my other creative journals, they just wait for me to be ready to play. And then the last one I did in here was actually because Miss Sara of Chronic Coloring Down Under wanted to know, or wanted some ideas on how to use her journals for YouTube. And so I have an entire video on how you can use a journal to help you stay organized or keep track of the different things if you are a content creator. And it isn't specifically just to YouTube, because a lot of the things that you can track, you could also do for Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, whatever. And so it's just a whole bunch of things. And actually, I'm glad I did this because this was the way that I was going to track my butter colors. And that's just the way I say buddy colors. But I realized this wasn't going to be functional because I needed more room. So I'm glad I did this just because now I know exactly how I want to do it. And it's another chance for me to play. And again, it's just the rest of the book as I come up with ideas, or if you guys have things you want me to attempt, then I certainly can try that. But this is my A5 Buke bullet journal from Amazon. And the last one I want to talk about is this. This is my Macie Lane Co. I got this personalized from Taylor's shop, and so that's both my name and my channel name. Again, I'm sorry for the glare. It is covered in a Midori A5 cover. With all of these, with the Midori covers, I do have to do a little bit of finagling so that I can keep the strap on. I never use the pen loop. I rarely use the pocket, but I always use this just to keep the book closed. And this is my long-term reference journal. I did do recently a video on this, and I had messed up this, and that's why it's all clipped together. I don't want to pretend like it didn't happen, but I don't necessarily want to see it either. And then it's got Taylor's shop name on here. It goes right into the table of contents because I had actually done that, made the mistake in the front, and then did it again. And while I'm here, I am doing a reread this month with Miss Andie. And we're reading The Half-Blood Prince. And instead of breaking it up into chapters per week, we just will have it completed by the end of the month. I'm actually reading the physical copy. I'm finding it quite enjoyable. All of the other ones I've listened to on audio earlier in the year, but one, I'm a skipper, so I'll skip ahead. I mean, I already know the story. It is a reread, but also it just seems to go faster than listening, which it seems weird to me, but it does. And then I also want to finish Renegades by Marissa Myers. We started that in the beginning of the year. She finished. I have not. And so I want to finish that. And then I'll need to also update this, but this I'll update once I have finished the reread for the Half-Blood Prince. And this is just a tracker that I created again at the beginning of the year. Now, all of these other pages, I like looking at, but I don't really use them anymore. But what I have found to be invaluable is my butter colors, because fortunately, all of the butter colors that I do, we DM each other, so I have a record there. But usually I like looking at something here, and I like being able to check things off, and I keep this right in front of me, and so it's just been really helpful. As you can see, Poet and I are insane with the amount of butter colors that we have, but it does keep us motivated on coloring things. And then as I finish them, I go ahead and check it off, and I've got 3 here, 4 here, and then I've got Find and Color and Coloropoly. This month will be insane with the amount of pages that I've done because I've had so many butter colors, because I've done so much for the Find and Color. That's Olga Rani's weekly and monthly challenges, as well as the Coloropoly for Sara from Chronic Coloring Down Under. And so, yeah, I'll definitely need to earmark some time to film that, but I'm not going to film that until November is actually here, because I probably will be coloring all the way through Halloween, and I want that in my October completed pages. So probably the first Saturday of November is when I'll have that video up. I did do some buddy colors with some new friends, and so there's that. And the reason why I wanted to have this as last is because I will be doing a comfy and cozy giveaway. Now, I got a stamp set from Barnes and Nobles. Let me show that to you. And this came with a card making magazine. I don't know if it says it. I don't have the magazine with me, but it wasn't until I had stamped it that I realized is that how Crafter's Companion. Is that how the British people spell cozy? Because I always thought cozy was with a Z. And so I stamped and like, wait, is that spelled wrong? Whatever. But I wanted to show you that wasn't me. That's a stamp. So yeah, it's cozy that way, but then up here it's cozy written the way that I know how to spell it. And so for the Comfy and Cozy collab giveaway, what I'll be doing is giving away 2 $50 gift cards. Yes, it is extravagant, but I love supporting small business, and Taylor's Macie Lane Co shop is absolutely a small business, and I have been saving in order to do a giveaway. In fact, Poets collab actually hit perfectly because I did want to do a journal series in October that sort of led into a giveaway. And so having both of those at one, it really made me thankful to Poet because she's so creative. I also found a whole bunch of other channels because of this collab, and it tied in nicely with something that I wanted to do. Plus, because it was an assignment that I had agreed to, it also motivated me to actually get it done. So there's going to be 2 $50 gift cards, and there are some very specific rules, and I'm going to try something out differently than in my last giveaway. So as always, you do have to be 18 years or older. You do have to have a valid email. My email will be in my description box. It is jojozohanna@gmail.com. And in that email, that's how you're going to enter the giveaway. There are 4 components to it. In the subject line, you need to write October 2021 giveaway. And then in the body of the email, you need to write down the name that you use on YouTube. Like for me, my Instagram and my YouTube name is jojozohanna. And so if I were entering this, which I should because that's a really cool gift, then I would put jojozohanna is my YouTube name. I'd also put my first name is Johanna, and then the third element in the body of the email is your favorite color or your favorite color combo. And all of those things are required. This email, I don't open every single email because I get a lot of spam in there. I get a lot of vendors wanting to work with me and I just ignore them. So if you want me to see this, it has to have that in the subject line. And then if any of these components are missing, you will not be entered because I will have to manually track all of this. And then also to help with the engagement of my video, in the comment section of this video, just comment your favorite candy or treat, just because comments, likes do help. You do not have to be subscribed to my channel. It is open internationally. I did check with Taylor and she can ship internationally. It will be open as of the day this video is live all the way through October 31st. And then during the week of November 1st, I will be announcing the winners. I should change that. And there are some disclaimers. This is not sponsored by Macie Lane or YouTube. I did purchase these gift cards myself, and I've already got the code. It is going to be via email. That's why I wanted to do this via email. It is a $50 US value on Macie Lane Co. There is no other cash value. So if you are not interested in getting a journal, then don't enter the giveaway. And you get to choose your journal, you get to choose your size, you get to choose if you want it personalized or not. That's why I wanted to do an e-gift card. The way that I have calculated it out, you should be able to get a journal and it personalized and it ship with the entire $50 for the US. If you are US and you win, you might actually have a little bit extra to get some washi tape. If you're international, it should cover most, if not all, of the shipping. And that's why I landed on that amount there. So you truly could get a journal from her shop, if not absolutely free, then as near free as I can do it. Now, if there are any kind of custom or tolls or anything, if you are international and you win this, then that of course will be on you. The code that I will be sending to the winners, and again there are 2 distinct codes, will be sent via email, and you would shop directly with Taylor at Macie Lane Co. You wouldn't do anything with me. There is no replacement if for any reason you are hacked or you share your account and someone else uses your e-gift card. And I will be giving preference preference and additional entries given to those who are frequent commenters. I know with giveaways, a lot of people will come out of the woodworks or just search for giveaway here on YouTube just to enter because they like to get free stuff. Now, if this is your first time commenting, you will be entered. But for those who are frequent commenters, and because I read all my comments, they're easy for me to spot, then they will get additional entries. And I'll be choosing the winners randomly. I'll just do a random number generator, and then I'll go off of my list. But again, Taylor does actually have two different sizes. My preferred size is A5, but I believe she also has the bigger B5 size. The journals, I believe, all are dot grid. They come on this lovely white paper. It does have the band. It does have a pocket. It does not have a pen loop, but again, for me, that is not problematic. And it is 116 GSM. So I find this a really amazing journal. I actually already have a backup. When I purchased this one, I purchased a backup. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I generally don't do that, but I love the idea of putting my name on stuff. So yeah, that is the end of this collaboration. Those are all, well, no, actually, it's not all of my creative journals, but it's the ones that I'm going to be showing you in this series. Definitely go and check out MaisieLane Co. Anyone that I've mentioned today, I will link below. I will also link Taylor's shop if you just want to go ahead and check it out. Good luck to all of the contestants. Is that the word? Enterers? I don't know. But good luck to you all. And again, you can look for the announcement during the first week of November regarding the winners of this $50 or $100, honestly, giveaway. Again, it is a bit extravagant. Now, I'm going to be looking at my budget. I might actually try to do a third $50 giveaway, and only because October 15th, 2021 was my 3-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I kind of like the symmetry of it, but we'll see. I'll see how many entries I have, and if I feel the need to add another one. I mean, if you guys watch how much I make on this channel, you know I'm already in the red, and so I'm already dipping into my own personal funds. And so if there's a ton of entries, then I might just add that third one, but we'll see. But there'll definitely be 2, as I've already purchased them, of the gift cards. So good luck to you all, and as always, aloha.